But to do it, baby, I need y'all to get this stuff together. And while you over there looking cute, how about you hand me those papers, young lady? Oh my God, do. Somebody please say it ain't so. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Docs Daily. This story keeps getting worse. Pooh Shiesty's father is apparently the problem. It's some bad parenting going on here. And Gucci knew it all along. People calling Gucci a snitch and everything, but he feel like, what else was he supposed to do after his whole team got violated like that? There's rumors about the robbery turning sexual. When Pooh Shiesty signed his deal, he had to do some unquestionable things in order to get that deal. And now that when the rabbit had the gun, Pooh Shiesty went ahead and got that lick back. And Gucci was the one on the audio whining and crying in the studio because Pooh Shiesty got real shiesty with Gucci's Pooh. We gonna talk about it. It's a lot of stuff we gotta talk about. Y'all don't know the whole story about Pooh Shiesty's father. Well, guess what? I got some information for y'all that I know you're going to be very interested in hearing. Without further ado, let's get into this news.
FBI arrested 9 people in connection with a violent robbery and kidnapping at a Dallas recording studio. Good evening. I'm Clarice Tinsley. Investigators say the main suspect, a Memphis rapper known as Pooh Shiesty, held a group of musicians at gunpoint during a dispute over a recording contract. Fox 4's Alex Boyer is live with details. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Clarice, this is certainly a crazy story. According to that complaint, he, along with his father and 7 others, traveled to Dallas back in January to go to a recording studio to meet up for a purported business meeting. But once there, the rapper allegedly held a record executive at gunpoint over that record deal dispute.
From rapper to accused kidnapper, Lontrell Williams Jr., known as Pooh Shiesty, seen here in his YouTube video, is under arrest for allegedly assaulting the owner of his record label, New 1017 Records, during a purported business meeting in Dallas back on January 10th. At the time of the incident, he was on house arrest for a previous unrelated crime.
Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint.
Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators lured the 3 victims to a Dallas recording studio. The gist of it is this: Williams wanted out of his contract with New 1017 Records, which is owned by fellow rapper Gucci Mane. Federal investigators say Williams pointed an AK-style weapon to the head of the victim, identified in the complaint by his initials RD, and forced that person to sign a release to his recording contract. Gucci Mane's real name is Radrick Davis, which matches the victim's initials. The group also reportedly stole expensive watches and jewelry from the victims before taking off. Investigators say they posted these pics on social media.
One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness.
A picture of one of the victims' injuries was also included in the federal complaint. The co-defendants include another Memphis rapper, Big 30, and Lontrell Williams Sr., Pooh Shiesty's dad.
Hey, that's who we here to talk about. There go his house. That's Pooh Shiesty's dad. Let's get into the news. Y'all didn't know this OG was an OG gangster. You're about to find out tonight. I didn't know neither until I did some research. Come to find out, his father is the real F up. 50 and still kicking it in the hood with them youngins. Pooh Shiesty felt like he needed to make his father proud. He did what he did just to put some respect on his family jewels. He was holding his nuts the whole time. His father was proud, jumping up and down. I'm pretty sure their legacy is solidified as far as the streets go. That's all they care about. Their grandbaby's gonna be bout it. Listen to this.
Pooh Shiesty was one of the biggest rappers in the game before he got caught up in an alleged robbery and shooting that has him facing 8 years in prison. But before he ever recorded a track or caught a case, his own pops was making moves in the streets and started his own record label. Today, we're looking at the wild story of Memphis legend Mob Boss, aka Pooh Shiesty's dad.
Whoa, wait a minute. He had a record label popping in the basement, They was rapping them street tales, that hardcore Memphis. His father was trying to get it popping like Yo Gotti. He wanted in on the music business, but it never really popped off. His son got involved with Gucci. Pooh Shiesty was never loyal to Gucci. He was trying to get his father's label off the ground and would do anything to get out that contract. They thought it would be a sweet lick, use Gucci to get the promotion, but Gucci had something else in mind and they ain't like it. This man is a mob boss with a record label in his basement. Not only was he making hits, but they was pulling hits. Assassins out there with the maskuses on. They wasn't playing. His father got a mean 16 too. Y'all just ain't heard it. Kumo D know about who his father is. Listen.
Let's get right into it. Lontrell Williams Sr., aka Mob Boss, is a Memphis native from the south side of the city. Memphis is known for its food and music scene, but it's also one of the deadliest cities in America. The murder rate is damn near 7 times higher than the national average, and in South Memphis, any day could be your last. The savage environment has ended a lot of lives too early, but it also birthed some of the most talented rappers ever, like Yo Gotti and Young Dolph. Mob Boss is one of those dudes who was born into a bad situation and did whatever he could to survive. Not much is known about his early life, but the first time he made headlines was in 2004 after he was charged with accessory after the fact to a first-degree murder.
Them boys must smoke a swisher and eat a honey bun and just let it stick in their throat before they do the videos. They be in the middle of Wisconsin. You hear the cows in the back. If you listen real hard, all you hear is moo. They in there with the Carhartt on, making gangster videos at home. Who the fuck is this dude?
Rebecca Glenn was a 24-year-old Memphis radio DJ who was murdered and robbed by a dude named Stanley Andrews. According to the police, Andrews broke into Glenn's apartment complex and started knocking on random doors. Tragically, when Glenn opened her door to see who was trying to get in, Andrews forced his way into the apartment and killed her. After the murder, Mob Boss and a woman named Marquita Thomas used Rebecca's credit cards, then helped Andrews sell some of her stolen possessions on the street. And later, they was both charged with accessory after the fact to first-degree murder and forgery. Rebecca Glenn's murder was so brutal and tragic that it shocked the community.
Oh, wait, what, she wouldn't play their songs on the radio or something? We got that real Old Town Road down Memphis, Old Town Road country Beyonce shit, man. Put out it on the radio, man. I swear it's a country classic. My little son Pooh Shiesty got a cowboy hat and everything, baby. This is inappropriate. We're not going to be able to play it. And rest in peace to her. But I'm pretty sure she ain't have nothing to do with them street tales. She lived in a raggedy-ass apartment complex, though. She probably just got there and opened the door and everything. Like, she in the neighborhood to where you could open the door for people. And rest in peace. I don't know. See, he killed that woman, and they tried to steal off her possessions. This man, the original Shiesty, and this is where Pooh get it from. Gucci don't blame Pooh Shiesty. He blame his father because he know that he was raised wrong.
Stanley Andrews' sister couldn't believe what happened. She was the one who dropped him off at the apartment complex that night because he was drunk and wanted to see his girlfriend, who was allegedly in the building. Andrews' sister told Action News 5 that he called her from jail and told her what happened, saying, from what he said, the lady, I guess, went off on him or something for knocking on her door. So he just snapped or whatever. But if rumors are true, this wasn't a random attack, but a targeted hit. Andrews' sister said she was shocked by what her brother did and told Action News 5, I still don't understand. I'm still thinking it's a dream because I can never think this in a million years.
Nobody would thought Pooh Shiesty would do what he did, especially with the circumstances. People still trying to figure out why he would risk it all. His father must be the Energizer Bunny, put that battery in your back and have you do whatever he think you need to be doing. He put you on to the gang. He a OG. He a mob boss, for crying out loud. He had people do dirt before. Run up in some lady's house, take her out and sell her goods. Whatever he got going on, he a master manipulator. He had about 8, 9, 10 boys risk their freedom to get out of a contract that wasn't even worth a shit. Damn. He even did it to his own son. He should have been a lawyer with all this convincing that he doing. Look.
But after he was arrested, he ain't act like someone who just snapped and killed a random woman. His sister told reporters that he showed no remorse at all. According to rumors, Rebecca Glenn was actually killed over rap beef. Some people say that she was playing music from Yo Gotti on the radio, but refused to put on Mob Boss or anyone else from his label, Mob Ties Records. Mob Boss.
Wait. You mean to tell me this man, the original Mob Ties? Jay Prince got some explaining to do. They would play Yo Gotti, but they weren't trying to fuck with his music. So he had somebody go over there and kill the radio lady. And homie ain't feel no remorse because she should have been playing our hits. This is beyond crazy. See, it was never about Pooh Shiesty's rap career. He was just a pawn. So this dude could be the man. They did some gangster shit. Now they gonna have to do some gangster time.
Boss allegedly put a hit out on Glenn for the disrespect, but there's no real evidence to back these claims up. Yo Gotti was already a Memphis rap legend, but running the CMG label took things to the next level. With a roster full of some of the game's hottest rappers like Mozzie, 42 Doug, ESTG, and Moneybagg Yo, Gotti's become a certified legend. But back in the day, Mob Boss was trying to do the same thing with his Mob Ties label. Pooh Shiesty told Audio Mac in 2021 that watching his dad go hard in the studio helped him get to where he is today. Talking about Mob Boss, Shiesty said he was on a CEO P type of level. He had his own record label called Mob Ties Records. I saw how they gotta get ready to go do shows.
Man, so he was a baby when all this stuff was going. This is all he know. He was raised up with dudes in the studio rapping. He come home from school. All he hear is the loud music and that trap music going real hard downstairs. It was inevitable for him to gravitate towards that life. But his father used him in the worst way. For what? Man, it get even sicker. I'm just going to let this go ahead and rock. Listen to this.
Warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is a viable way to conduct business. I'm here to say that it is not, and that if you choose to do this, we'll bring you swiftly to justice.
Wait until you hear not only the allegations, but the evidence, surveillance, Instagram accounts, fingerprints. It is something to say the least. We have the criminal complaint that lays out everything, and we're going to break it all down for you right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Hold on, wait. Before we get into Jesse Weber, what the hell going on in the chat right now, man? We got all these people watching. Ain't nobody hit the like button. Where the comments at? Where the people? Where the members and everybody at? What's going on over here? Do y'all need a hug or something? Because I'll give y'all a hug one by one. TTO, this for you. Who else we got? XC, this one for you. Lorraine Davis, all of y'all. Y'all get nothing but love on Docs Daily. Make sure y'all do me a favor though. Hit that like, subscribe. We're about to get into this news. Pooh Shiesty's father is the original OG, and he don't take no hit, man. He don't see Dolomite. Shab, all of the episodes of Good Times. He a down-home brother, and he ain't taking no shit from nobody. Now Gucci, now Yo Gotti, he don't give a damn who it is. He want to be the man. And if he get out and end up on Vlad's couch, no jumper waiting for him to come sit down and have a conversation with him and Whack 100. He about to get it popping for this summer or next summer, whenever they let him out. He gonna be like Birdman brother. Pooh Shiesty was a pawn just to get the world on notice about his father. You got women checking, looking online. One of the hottest Google searches is Pooh Shiesty's father. They got pictures of him with his shirt off, baby oil all on his belly. Them old freaks out there going crazy for this man. Did Pooh Shiesty know that when he robbed Gucci, he was only giving his father more clout? Who's the man that raised this gangster ass motherfucker named Pooh Shiesty? Everybody want to know? Come to find out, he was Mob Ties before Mob Ties. He was J Prince before J Prince. He was Finesse 2 times before Finesse. By the sounds of it, he finessed the game 4-5 times. Killed the lady at the radio station for not playing his hits. That ain't gangster. That's stupid. The same way they robbed Gucci, and that was stupid. And that's why we here to talk about it. I ain't holding back. We about to get straight into this news. All y'all got to do is stay tuned. Listen at this, baby.
Of FBI Dallas. And we will have a brief question and answer session after their remarks. Please identify yourself by your name and your media outlet when asking questions, and confine the content of your questions to today's press conference. At the podium, joining Ryan Raybould and Jeremy Wright is Executive Assistant Chief of Police with the Dallas Police Department, Terrence Rhodes, Assistant U.S. Attorney Robert Withers, Assistant U.S. Attorney Claire Demers, and Assistant U.S. Attorney and Violent Crimes Chief Jeremy Fugate.
This is good for the gangsters involved in the robbery. Now they got hood careers to look forward to. They certified goon street niggas. They don't need no explanation. Hold on, that's the homie Tank Dog in the building. What it do, Tank Dog? Long time no see, brother. So glad you in the building, man. They pulled off the heist of the century. They and they selves bugging right now. Like, damn. Public enemy number 1 with a bullet, bitch. They proud of what they done did. They mamas, aunties in the church talking about what they done did. Cousins letting everybody know, that's my cousin, that's my cousin, that's my cousin. The hood happy right now that Gucci got robbed. All of the artists that died, they family celebrating. This weekend, gonna have pizza, wings, barbecue because of what Pooh Shiesty and his daddy and them did. They some Memphis legends right now. If things work out to where they can all get out of jail, they gonna be hotter than Yo Gotti's label. People know how they get down. They the real mash out posse, and they ain't playing about it not one bit. Robbed Gucci and spanked him on his ass. Took the rings out his ear. They said Gucci earrings was the type of earrings that you gotta unscrew from the back. So that mean that Pooh Shiesty was all in his face with it. While he was heated hot. His hands was trembling. He was so mad taking them earrings out that man's ears. Took the Rolex, take the belt, pistol whip him a little bit. He crashed all the way out. And his father was looking like, damn, my son is a real motherfucking G. When it was time for them to leave, his father standing there with a boner, people wondering what's going on with his sweatpants and everything. He was so excited to see some OG gangsters happen like that again. It made him feel like he was in his 20s. He left his Viagra in the studio. He said he left it with Gucci. Said, you gonna need this more than me, young man. He was proud that day. Them family jewels was activated until the police showed up at the house. Look.
Station in Memphis was there on Wednesday when the FBI executed a search warrant on the senior Williams' home. Dad reportedly set up the meeting between his son and the victims. Neighbors reacted to the early morning raid.
I heard them say, come out with your hands up. We've got a warrant.
Our office collaborated with multiple law enforcement agencies and other FBI offices to carry out this investigation that ultimately led to these arrests.
Meanwhile, the FBI says it is still searching for one more suspect believed to be in the Georgia area. I can tell you that the defendants face a wide range of charges, including kidnapping and robbery.
But see, how you gonna kidnap somebody and everything took place in the studio unless they transported Gucci somewhere else, or they tied him up?
Announcement a short time ago, and this.
Or they tie him up in the hospital. I mean, in the studio or whatever the case is. There's so many details that we got to unlock. But one thing for sure, this man's father is the biggest menace that participated in this robbery.
I been knew about tour buses and all that, the tour life. I was real young around that time, around 8 through 10, but I was learning how the studio works. I learned where the booth at, how the mic set up, how the sessions work. I was on the road with him when he had shows because he was booked up around that time. My boss had some local success with his music, but never popped off like his son did. One reason his career ain't blow up is that he couldn't stay out of trouble with the law. In 2006, he pled guilty to the accessory after the fact charge he caught in the Rebecca Glenn case and was sentenced to a year of supervised probation. It seemed like he caught a lucky break with the light sentence, but a year later, he was arrested again and charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm and several drug offenses. The story of what went down was later told during a 2009 probation revocation hearing. Detective Cottrell Robinson from the Memphis Police Department testified that he served a narcotics search warrant in July 2007. According to him, the apartment they were searching was a known drug spot that they had been monitoring for over a month. Here's what went down, according to his official testimony. He was the first man through the door, and as he started up the stairs, he saw a man run from the apartment on the left to an apartment on the right. As he proceeded forward, he heard the sound of breaking glass and people saying, "Go, man, go." Then, a massive 75-pound pit bull came around the corner and charged at Cottrell.
Hold on, wait a minute. So the pit bull was the gangster that day. He was sitting around, they fed him good, just in case some shit went down, and the dog was with it. They said he ran from one bando to the next bando. They was living like animals out there, trying to scrape up some cash in the dirty South, moving them crack rocks, weed, whatever you wanted. A real street nigga, man. His father done did some dirt, got people killed, living a foul life. And it all boils down to this. Now, they're going to be including all of this stuff in his sentence. Pooh Shiesty already cooked. But for the sake of fame, for the sake of influence, there's a possibility that Pooh Shiesty can get out of this madness with all the evidence stacked up against him, depending on if he's willing to play ball in the music industry. There's business execs reaching out to attorneys to figure out a way to cut this young man some slack. The notoriety is just too much. You know, this is the second coming to Tupac. If they can just get their hands on him and tame him a little bit, if they can Ja Morant his ass, they willing to, cut the man some slack. Somebody gonna have to go down. It all depends on the story at this point. So in the interrogation rooms, they're trying to figure everything out. Who's the ringleader? That's what they want to know. Well, Pooh Shiesty's the ringleader. Well, who's his father? And once they figure out who his father is, pretty sure they already know, there's a possibility that they can pin everything on his dad, right? I mean, that's his guardian, his caretaker. He was raised wrong. This young man is a victim of bad parenting. They can flip the narrative in Pooh Shiesty's favor. His father is the one that forced him to brandish the gun. His father brainwashed him to do these type of things. He's a helpless young man. His father is the real ringleader. And besides, his name is Mob Boss, for crying out loud. There's a chance for Pooh, but his father might get sentenced away for the rest of his life. But out of loyalty to his father, he might go ahead and do time for his dad. That's where we at with it. Because people want Pooh Shiesty on the street. People want to hear new music. People want to feel the thug. There's women out there that quit their job just so Pooh Shiesty could have a place to stay. That's how deep this is. I'm banking on him getting out of this situation because there's too much money to be made. There's a drought in entertainment. There's no authentic anything. You got these AI artists getting signed because real people ain't worth a damn. He a hot commodity. They gonna have to figure out a way to keep this dude around. But that's Negro here, no doubt. We gonna get back into this. Look.
So he shot it 3 times and then retreated back into the apartment's kitchen. Cottrell knew someone was in the kitchen and told him to come out with their hands up. About 15 seconds later, mob boss came out and was put in cuffs. Then cops saw a broken window and a shoe that was left on the kitchen floor, which told them that someone had jumped out. When they searched the apartment, the cops found 12.5 grams of cocaine, 8 pounds of weed, 2 scales, ammo, equipment to cook crack, and a Smith & Wesson on the couch. They also found $10,000 in mob boss's pocket. During the hearing, Detective Robinson revealed that it was actually mob boss's cousin, Rico Johnson, who was named on a search warrant. According to him, both of them was under investigation, but mob boss just wasn't officially listed.
Your mama ain't love my mama. My mama did love your mama. Cousin, what you talking about, man? Don't start that shit, man. Don't start that. We trying to make money up, man. You want to bring us stuff about mama, big mama, and them? That ain't what we here trying to do. Your mama ain't love my mama like how my mama love your mama. Come on, man. Cut that shit. Hold that at the door. Oh, shit, man. They'll go to police, man. Grab my shoe. Grab my shoe. Man, flush that. I ain't flushing the goddamn thing. Flush it, man. They in there arguing about family business and the police knocking on the door while they in there selling crack. What in the Whitney Houston rest in peace is going on here? His father is a hood booger, certified in them trenches. You could smell the blow on his clothes. He the real life young Jeezy. He was in the trap with the work. When they found him, he had 10 racks in his pocket. Y'all see Pooh Shiesty holding them racks. He just showing y'all how he was raised. Certified, real ass street. Somebody bring him back. We want to hear some more of that gangster shit. And let his father get on the mic. Let him spit some. Gucci ain't doing it right. He should have let them out. That's why Gucci ain't want to let him out the contract. If I let you go, I ain't got a street bone in my body. He made him brace himself. Took all this shit. Pistol whipped his mans. Snatched the money out the floor. They went crazy up in that mother. They did that gangster, nigga. I love it. All that talking paid off. You would have thought he wouldn't have did it, but he'll show you. Pooh Shiesty the truth. But his dad, though, that's the real gangster. Call him Big Papa. If he Pooh Shiesty, what do we call his father? Papa Bear? Nicki Minaj might not like that. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this. I want to hear his dad spit a 16. I'm a fan. The way they put it down like that make me want to watch some Western movies. Gucci, he ain't no Billy the Kid. You gonna have to give that title to Pooh Shiesty. They showed a lot of true grit the way they went up in that studio. And it's not a lot of manly men out there, and to hear them activated and doing criminal activities like some bosses. I mean, it was stupid, but entertaining nevertheless. I'm gonna be talking about this for the rest of the week. Maybe they could remix the robbery, let them out again and see if they could put a spin on it. Instead of at Gucci's studio, the next time they ought to do it at his house with his wife at home. She might grab her magic wand and turn all them niggas into frogs. Like, yes, ribbit, bitch. You mess with the wrong one today. I don't play any of that. Pooh Shiesty, now that you're my dog, I want you to eat this bone, bitch. She turned their ass into some damn creatures with her magic wand. She had them acting like Gucci Mane. You show up to the house, Pooh Shiesty answer the door with a tuxedo on, holding a glass of champagne. This for you, sir. I guess before he let that woman eat his brains, he'll fight his way out that damn contract. They probably heard about all that weird shit his wife had going on. They probably heard about them soul ties they be linking with them people. As soon as you go to their bathroom, their toilet don't flush and you trying to plunge it, they just trying to collect one of them turds so they could do some necromancy or something on it. Conjure up your dead cheeseburger and ask it some questions about your diet habits or whatever. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this man's wife and his life, but one thing for sure, he got robbed. It's a bunch of dudes in the Brooklyn barbershop right now talking about how the nigga got robbed. They talk about it all across the country. It's dudes in Chicago right now bagging up, talking about how Gucci Mane got robbed. They in Cali in them trenches right now, banging, talking about how he got robbed. Got Mexicans in California. Like, you hear about that Pooh Shiesty Vato? I like him. He went in there, put the pistol in his mouth, beat the shit out of him. They gotta let him out. He's an American legend right now. He ain't got too many of them. It ain't gonna be another guy like this. He the Tony Montana of 2026. We can't let him go to jail. At least let him rock out on a tour. They put him on the car with NBA Youngboy. He might rob the shit out of NBA Youngboy. They'll probably be scared to go on tour with Pooh Shiesty. He crossed your ass up before you know it. His shiesty ass done took all your chains. You go to your dressing room, they done took all your clothes. Around, robbed you in front of your mama. There's levels to this. He a complete crash out. And I love it. All them fabricated lyrics, this one robbery make up for all that shit Waka Flocka was saying back in the day. All them original members on Gucci's label. This kid is the truth. He the chosen one as far as the modern hip hop culture go, because people quick to say something or portray something, but they ain't trying to do it. Look at Gunna. All of it that came out his mouth. And don't get it twisted. Gunna cold with that flow. He make music is easy to listen to. He can put a rhyme together like ABC 1, 2, 3. But authenticity, he 1,000% entertainment. Like the rest of them guys. I doubt if Young Thug running up and shit. He'd probably send somebody to do it or get one of them crash test dummies out there to do some dirt for him. But him being active with the tool, hey man, I can't see it. I can't see Ice Cube doing no gangster shit. And he been rapping about it for the past 50 years. We finally got one, and he in jail. When 50 Cent came out, they was hoping that he would go kamikaze and crash out like how Pooh Shiesty did. Ain't never did it, ain't never get no retaliation or nothing. We heard about him getting shot up, but we ain't hear about him returning those shots. And that's fine. He out of jail. And he's still successful. He living his life. I guess you got to be dead in order to be legendary like that, like Tupac and Biggie. But even though Pooh Shiesty is still alive, he's still on that legendary status. He up there with Boosie or whatever. And I ain't trying to gloat over this man and nothing, but if you really want to talk about gangsters in Memphis, Pooh Shiesty's father might be the most legendary gangster, or one of the most legendary gangsters in Memphis, especially after pulling off this heist.
Most rappers just put on a tough image and claim they made it out the trenches just to sell records. But Pooh Shiesty is the opposite of those guys. He really comes from a wild environment and saw his own dad get his hands dirty. That's how Shiesty caught a robbery charge at 11 years old, and then his first assault case at 14. Mob Boss and him allegedly even caught a case together at some point, but it ain't clear exactly what happened. Mob Boss also allegedly has ties with the legendary Memphis drug kingpin, Ronnie Woods, who started the Memphis Mob during the crack epidemic in the 80s. Woods basically ran Memphis for decades, operating a massive drug trafficking ring, using car washes and nightclubs to clean the money. Throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, he owned a spot called the Martini Room, where rappers, pro athletes, and drug dealers all hung out and partied. And at one point, he even dated Steve Harvey's wife. In 2019...
Hold on, wait a minute. That's the dude that was with Marjorie Harvey. Hold on, wait a minute. They was getting money like that? Mr. Shiesty is the real deal. That's some old money. From the 80s and the 90s, when people was really getting ganked and shanked. And it wasn't no Twitter or nothing to snitch. Washing the money, car washes, laundromats and things. Got the refrigerator that come out the floor. He reaching in the floor, taking out juices and Kool-Aid out the refrigerator from the floor. Had the TV that come out the wall. You sit down in the living room, you looking around like, damn, where the TV at? What we gonna do? Just sit here and talk? You get to talking, next thing you know, the wall opened up and the TV flip out and Dolomite start playing on that bitch. They come from that type of money. And they still putting that game down heavy. I guess Gucci ain't know who he was fucking with, man. Let that boy out his contract. Matter of fact, you don't even want to sign him to a contract. You want to hit him off with some connections or whatever. Ask Jermaine Dupri if he want this motherfucker on the label. But ask somebody else, get one of your colleagues and see if they want to sign the kid to the label. Because they mob ties run deep. Y'all got to see this, man. Hold on, let me see what's going on over here real quick. Let me get it together. I see a beautiful hummingbird over there. I just wanted to say hello. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else watching, I want to give a shout out to y'all too. Tank Dog, he back in the building, y'all. Bricky Bo is also here, man. What it do, Bricky? Exceed, Stacy Galore, kicking it with your boy. We all up in here, man. We got to talk about this. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think about this. Mr. Peso, say no more. He here too. Keyshawn Freeman is kicking it. What y'all know about him? The family is on deck. Salvador Mesquita is there too. Yo, man, we're about to go ahead and kick it for a little bit because there's some more stuff I want to talk about. Gucci feeling like Pooh Shiesty's father is the real problem. Now I can understand why Gucci would allegedly say something like that. You can't hold Pooh Shiesty accountable. That young man just made me proud to be an American. At least there's people out there that's willing to get their hands dirty as a family. They need to build a company, Shiesty and Son, and sell some guns or some shit, man. They are all American family right now. Probably be the last time we ever seen something like this. The relationship between father and son, a lot of times they have a bunch of different dynamics. You figure if your father's a bitch ass, y'all gonna do bitch ass together. Like, yeah, me and my dad, we came back from picking strawberries. Yeah, we got a whole bucket of strawberries. Me and my father, yeah. My dad, he loves to pick strawberries. And when we go together, I always take this wooden basket, and he's been carrying this basket ever since he was a little boy when we go out to get the strawberries. And, you know, my father, when we sit by the stream, and we eat a couple of strawberries because we gotta go home and make the rest of it for the cake. But this time, we're making ice cream with the strawberries that I pick with my dad. See my father? Say hello to my father. He's my dad. No nuts, no glory, man. Don't nobody want to hear that. Imagine doing some gangster shit with your dad. You look at him, he look at you. Y'all back to back like Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. Now that's hood love right there, man. Imagine doing some OG gangster shit with your pops. They said they caught a charge before. This ain't the first time they mashed out on somebody. Pooh Shiesty been robbing since he was 11 years old. Give me your shoe, give me this, give me that. Knowing he would be celebrated for the crime. Somebody talking shit, they'll put your ass to sleep. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Gucci had it coming anyway. What got me tripping is the law on this man's side. They working the case for Gucci. It's not right. And we got to put everybody on notice. When you do things like this, there will be consequences and repercussions. Don't you touch our Gucci. That's why people thinking that he the federal informant and everything. Look at this.
All of the Northern District of Texas. And with that, I'll turn it over to Ryan.
Good morning. I'm Ryan Rabel. I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams.
Man, free the guys. We don't want to hear that no more. Free them boys. Free them. Let them out. They ain't harm no civilians. It wasn't no innocent bystanders or nothing. It was dirt on top of dirt. Who mad? I ain't mad. Crime with crime. They ain't harm nobody. They ain't have it coming. If you a gangster and you get into it with some gangsters, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You want to play with guns talking about selling dope? That's the lifestyle and the image you want to portray? When it comes to you, just let it happen, man. Got all of the alphabet boys involved. You got the USA, FDA, USDDA, WWE. Got all the alphabet involved. FBI, the IBF, BMF, Big Meat's talking about it. CMG, BMG, RCA. He even got Radio Shack involved with this bullshit. Let it go. Somebody in the chat said Gucci is a murderer. Yeah, he don't kill people. I got this fireplace set up for Hummingbird. I ain't even going front. I don't know the lady, but damn, we in here chilling. You know what I'm saying? And since we in here chilling, I might as well just say my little stuff before I get out of here. This weekend about to be lit. I hope y'all ready for it. It's April. That means that the winter is over. Spring is here. It's time to do your cleaning. I done did my cleaning. I'm pretty proud of myself. I done cleaned up right. Got it smelling good in here. I'm feeling all right. And y'all need to do the same thing. Don't come into this spring with no nasty ass house. Get down, clean and scrub. Get that bathroom too. Get that toilet behind the toilet. Do your spring cleaning. If you got a bunch of boxes, stuff from Christmas, get that out the house. You got an old TV don't work no more, just taking up space. Take that old TV to the dump. Get your life together, man. Just in time so you can enjoy this summer. Start anew. Take them clothes that you know you don't like wearing, that ugly ass shirt. Every time you put it on, it make you feel bad about yourself. Take that and donate that. Throw it in the trash. Start all over. Rearrange, put some different colored sheets and covers on your bed. Switch that shit up for the new season. I know that's what I'm doing. And it feels amazing. I advise y'all do the same thing too. Wash your ass, get a new soap, try some new deodorant. Let me know how y'all feel about all of this stuff going on. I'm about to retire for the weekend. How long? What time is it, man? I'm gonna be retired. I'm gonna see y'all on Monday, and it's gonna be lit. Best believe that, man. So much love. But before I go, I'm gonna kick it a little bit longer. Since I'm gonna be gone for a little bit, we gonna crank this thing back up next week. Feel me? Matter of fact, I lied. We're gonna crank it back up on Sunday night. That's when I'm gonna come back. And we gonna see what's brewing out there in them streets. I'm gonna miss you, Hummingbird. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Stacy Galore, I don't know, man. I might have to come back tomorrow just to see what's up with y'all. And Tank Dog back too. I don't know. I might have to do another stream tonight just to kick it with the fam, man. Somebody said Fabuloso in the bathwater. You got to clean that tub too. And get some new curtains for the showers and everything. Don't keep them same curtains on that shower, man. Time to switch it all the way up. Renew your situation, you feel me? Yo, so much love for you. Y'all be good out there. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Docs Daily, where you get highly classified documentation from your boy, me, Sean Blasey. But ain't nothing funny though.